twice because it never works the first time. Then I hit it again and it just works. So I think we're live. Hi guys, how's it going? Welcome to another Sunday morning, Sunday spiritual session. Sunday morning. I just kept it S's. Sunday spiritual session with Michael Rolla. And I am a spiritual medium and channel and intuitive guide and ascension guide. So thanks for coming by. Hey everybody. So today we got a lot to talk about, actually. At least it feels like a lot. So we'll see how many actual words it takes. But this one was really strong with me, really important. And Metatron came in, Michael came in. It was so many different aspects, of energy that just kept wanting to talk, it's water spirits all the time. So we'll just get into it. This one is really taking our power back. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world, and we're all forgetting to be centered and calm and peaceful. I think, with everything going on and even just the rat race or the desire to have stuff and to get this and to get that, it's just bogging us down. It's stressing us out, and we're only doing it to ourselves. So we have to take that power back. What does that mean? Well, it means you rest when you want to rest. Stop listening to other people telling you what you need to do, right, to be a better person. Like, that's so bad. Shouldn't be doing that to anybody. So I wrote down some stuff throughout the week. I'll read it here. Hopefully I can expand on it. But I wanted to mention abundance, right? So abundance is what opens up when you open up to it inside, right? There's all this talk about you have to open up to it, remove your obstacles to receiving it, and well, what is the truth of all of that? Well, that's what it is. That's a lot of this, goodness or being good in life, or hey Jimmy, or like kindness and all this, like, how do we fix the world? It's like, it's as simple as you just opening up your heart to like being nice, being, to receiving it, the abundance. We live in a scarcity kind of world. And again, it's all just the programs that are out there, just running, so do you believe in scarcity, or do you believe that there's really like plenty of stuff? This earth is huge and we have way more than enough stuff for all of us. So, but the truth of abundance, it really is about opening yourself up to it, because you have to realize how stuck you are and not it. The idea of we create our own life and we create our own life and we create our own circumstances. Well, you have to think like, are you really holding on to something subconsciously? Like if you look at the world and you're like, yeah, there's abundance, yeah, but like there's all these things, or are these rules to abundance, or these like, you have to prove yourself, you have to achieve this, that's the misnomer in life. It's like, you have to earn it and you have to achieve it. The only thing that implies is that if you work for something, then you get it. It's not someone else is going to give it to you when they accept your work, or that you've earned it enough. Okay, this isn't taking the power back, this is giving it away, and we'll get into that more. So I sum up with abundance. If abundance is your birthright, and anything and everything that you deserve, like I said, is given to you by someone, then that's not that's not natural abundance. It's someone else's allowance of controlling your energy. So stop allowing people. If it's your abundance, then abundance is not something that's out there that just happens to you because all of a sudden you did all the right things. But that's how we're programmed to think, with school and with work. Like if I go to school and then, and I get a degree and then I do this and I do that, then I'll get abundance. No. Abundance comes inside of you. You are abundance. You have to be abundance in order to achieve abundance, because there's people out there that are doing all different kinds of jobs. Some went to school, some didn't. And they all have abundance. But what are we talking about when we say abundance? When you want abundance, are we just talking about money? You know what I mean? What is the subconscious programming that is behind all the things, and thus why your life is being created in the way that it is? Do you want abundance because you have an underlying fear that you don't have enough? Right? Well, then you got to work on that underlying fear. It's or whatever it is. Hey, Tina. I saw something pop in. So let's go. So, what was it? If it's your abundance, then abundance is not something right out there. It's you. You are abundance. It's not a, you know, I qualify for abundance, because I proved it, to somebody who now I can give money. But if you think where you get your if you think of where you get your abundance from, and it isn't from yourself, then it's not yours and it's someone else's. People want abundance, but the universe is not going to give you someone else's abundance. You know what I mean? So if you want abundance, it's not about out there to get it from. It's about in here to get it from, right? Because the abundance, you have to own it. You have to become it, and you have to allow it into your life. It's not about getting it from over there. The only abundance, you can't take other people's abundance, like money and like all this stuff, like, like steal from the rich and give to the poor. I mean, no, we don't have to do that either, so there's a lot of issues around abundance and people allowing that. And then again, what kind of abundance are you talking about? Do you want abundance of friends and happiness and love and whatever, or do you want like money and do you want stuff, right? So you really have to look at that. You have to go inside. You have to go underneath it all. If you think where your abundance is someone else, this is the reason why it is said that way. That when you open up to abundance, that you are to the abundance that you are, is when you then birth that abundance, your abundance right from source. It's not from somewhere else. And, you can say it's from somewhere else, but it's it's inside its source. Which is you, right from source, which is you. Okay, that was on the next page. The importance of co-creation and timelines. What do I want to say about that? Yeah, this was really important that came through. I'm trying to think of who came through on this one. I'm just feeling Metatron right now. He's talking about timelines and how I organize and structures are organized. And it's when you change your structure in here, you change the structure out there, and therefore you are on a different timeline. So a lot of times people worry, and I mentioned this in the last one, if we're going to bifurcate it off, anybody's going to separate, if we're going to, like some people go here, some people go there, or like breakaway civilizations. I remember when I first was learning about them, I was like, you just left us? You're just going to leave? Break away, you got all this technology, you could help the world, and you just left us? No wonder it's like this, But the reality is, look at how hard it is to explain some of these concepts that are like coming from my heart, from love, in my case, I'll just speak myself, and can't even explain this to people. So it's not like the breakaway civilization necessarily even wanted to, but it had to, and that's what's happening with a lot of the spiritual community now and the light workers. There's it's like a separation. It's not, it's always connected. It's just an expression. But, there's that sort of, difference. There's the veil. The veil's still there for a lot of people. And then it's not for others. So the idea of timelines, it's like, and I said it in my last video, and I wanted to talk about it a little bit again, because people worry about stuff like that, but everything you're doing, if the only time is now, right? And we're just playing out a linear mental whatever thing, then you can hop into whatever you want to hop into, and I've talked about, someone asked me years ago, it's probably a couple years ago, can we travel through time? Can we time jump? Can we go back and see George Washington or whatever? That wasn't the specific question, but that was, the gist. And the insight, from Source was just, that in order to actually live in a different time period, you would have an entirely different energetic makeup. If we all of a sudden went to a place in time that our bodies weren't made for, then everything would change. We'd probably blow up. We probably wouldn't make it, So, but that's the physical body. So, but timeline changing with where you're at now, it's just a construct in your mind. Because where we're all at now is based off of our conscious makeup. It's the only reason we're here and not somewhere else, right? It's because we don't have the consciousness of there's aliens on Alpha Centauri, well, why aren't I over there? Well, because we didn't even have that consciousness, we didn't even have that awareness, right? So everything it's connected, and it's very relevant, and so nothing is coincidence, hold on, let me get timelines. So the importance of co-creation, right? In the sense of, in order for us to live on a better timeline, we need all of us to believe in that. I don't know if I mentioned in my last video. Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. So like, if there's going to be a split, some people are going to go this way, but then these people aren't going to. They're like if there's two separate people, to these people are going to die off. To these people are going to die off. So it doesn't really, so timeline is kind of up to your conscious awareness. I mean, how do we all ascend? How do we get to the higher dimensions? Up here, and in our heart and, things like this. But it's a state of being. All things are a state of being. How are you being? Oh yeah, and then so the co-creation part is in the fact that, I think I mentioned this in the video, if we're ever going to fly as human beings, we all have to start believing it, and then because I referenced the Wright brothers and flying, they all thought they were crazy, but they kept at it, and now we're flying planes all over the place, so, and that kind of alludes into my next part, which it's like these control systems, these programs that you're supposed to think about. So we want to take the power back. We want to own what we're doing. And you want to be the creator and the co-creators, right? Well, we need each other. We need to connect because we are one unified humanity, on this planet. This planet is what happens to the planet and from the planet is a direct effect of all of the beings that are on it that keep messing with it, So let's see. If all the light workers were in the same place, right? So it would be easy to take us all out. That was another fun insight, because we think, light workers were strategically placed around the planet, in order to uplift the vibration and create the grid network, right? Well, exactly. If we were all in the same place, then they'd just shut the doors and corral us in there, drop a bomb, right? And there go the light workers, So, as much as we want to have, this connection, our own communities, things like this, we have to birth them grassroots, and we have to do it within some other places that might be tough to do it within, but, ninjas, we gotta be ninjas too, right? Not all of us are ninjas now because I'm on YouTube, so, let's see. And then I was talking about jobs. Timeline jumping. Don't worry about things so much, because you can change. You can change, but you have to change. You have to change in order to change, but you don't have to stay on the same timeline. There's all this stuff happening in the world. What's going to happen with this? What's going to happen with that? What do you want to happen? What are you going for? What are you creating? Are you just sitting there like, the government's never figuring it out? Oh, well, I'm just going to sit here and let them try still, and again, not the government, whoever, it's just, you have to participate in creation. We are in creation right now. You are in creation right now. Whatever you're thinking is creating, right now. So we have to take that responsibility. We have to take our power back and create it. Choose to be the one to create it, to be the one who decides what something means, to decide that something isn't so bad, to help people relax, help people calm down, it's okay because you can always change your timeline, but you have to believe and you have to know and it has to be your whole being. And it's a process, but it can be done. You have to start cleaning out a lot of the old stuff. You have to start bringing in more love and more light. This is the whole purpose of the downloads, the activations. This is what this all means. It's about you changing your energetic makeup, inside and out, all of it, everything. Everything around you is you. Also, it's like Schrodinger's cat. Was it there until you saw it, or not? Right? Is it only here because I'm seeing it? It's like anything that you see or you perceive is up to you, but you have to clean out the gunk in order to get more light inside. And the gunk comes from all the negativity and the fear and in the this and in that. And it's hard. It's hard in this life to just look at it all and say, hey, this is great, And I think I wrote that too. Realize life is not a tragedy and everything is life is against you. It's out to get you. Yes, we may see much of that in the lightworker community because we see it. We don't have the veils, not all the veils like most people do, and since there are many of us who can't see it, then it's easier for us to see that, around us. So when we're looking at the world, we can't be looking at it and saying, oh, it's bad, it's bad, it's bad, it's bad. Listen, we already know that. We need to look at how it's good. We need to create more of how it's good. We need to remember why we're here and stop, feeding into that old system, that other, that it's all a tragedy and life just, life sucks and then you die, and what are those sayings? Like, no, life is going to be fantastic. Why? Because I'm here and I'm going to change it right now. Wherever I'm at, whatever I'm doing, I'm going to make it love. I'm going to give love, and then if someone comes at me, I'm going to walk away. You know what I mean? Life is very much more simple than we make it as humans. I mean, look at your animals. They just, look at a lion or whatever in the they lay around all day in the sun, and then when they get hungry, they go get food, and then they try to catch something, and then find water, and that's it. That's all you need in life. It's not. They don't even have houses. Animals don't have houses. They stay in the trees or under the tree, or it pours rain. Where do they go? They find a tree. They don't, they deal with it. And guess what? Their bodies become immune. They become stronger. They're not hiding from the rain. Oh, you're going to get pneumonia. Ain't no animal getting pneumonia. They're out in the rainforest all the time. It's raining. Ain't nobody getting pneumonia, because they're adaptable. Sorry, I kicked it. Life is very simple. It's not, and that kind of goes into this next one where, this work. So jobs, right? This is another one, jobs, right? Like, we're doing it all wrong. We have jobs in an economy so that we can produce things and have things and provide food and shelter for ourselves and our loved ones. We don't have jobs so that we can work hard and be the best little or big employee on the planet. We don't work in order to work. We work in order to live. We're just doing it to ourselves. Why don't we have 4 10-hour days and 3 days off? Or, why don't we just work 4 days, 8 hours, and have 3 days off? Why is 40 the standard? And who decided this? Not any friends of mine or me. It seems like it was some greedy miser that wants us to do all of the work all the time. We have to stop doing that to each other, because we are the ones who are in these positions. Okay, we need to stop giving into this fear of this authority figure, and this is the whole idea of securing yourself, like, stop, oh my gosh, I didn't, get that or get this, and, now all of a sudden it's all over with. It's like, no, it's just going to keep going, and you're going to be fine. You're just going to have to learn how to adapt and learn how to live with it. Have a backup plan, have multiple, outlets, have, things that you can do, so that if something, doesn't work, you can go into something else, life isn't about, but that's that program. Go to college, get that degree, and then that's your job. Now, if you got a really good one, like healthcare, I mean, that's going to be around for a while. So, you're good in that, I guess, but, it's, really, there's so many opportunities in life, and it's up to you to change and make that conscious choice in order to help better your life. But you don't have to look at everything like it's a tragedy, because it's not. It's just life. It's just changing. It's just expressing itself. No one's getting hurt, okay? They're just words. They're just, and of course some people do, right? And in that case, you still got to do as much love for yourself as you can. In that case. But let's see. We need to create our own businesses and move away from theirs. But we got it all backwards. We make plenty of stuff to provide for all of us. We don't need any more stuff. We need efficiency. Why not create a self-sufficient and self-sustainable way to live for everybody, right? Like, these are the obvious questions, and why aren't we doing them? I saw earth straws at the store the other day and thought to myself, like, all these things are coming out, people say, oh, why don't you just get regular straws? And and I'm just like, what's wrong with the earth straw? It's weird that that society, we're so used to, like, non-sustainable things, like, that it's weird to have, like, earth straws. People say, like, it's biodegradable straw. Why is it just a regular straw? And it's like, well, listen, why isn't it all just earth? Why isn't it all just biodegradable? Why isn't, so it's like, why are we fighting against, like, the craps and not saying, yeah, we could make everything sustainable. We could recycle everything. We can do all of this stuff. We need to start, And stop saying, oh, it's some other power, or some other corporation, or some other being. No, then forget them and go do what you have to do. You know what I mean? Create your own. You know, that's what we're all starting. This was going to be coming, and then the communities are going to band together because we're going to see that we're doing it. This is how it's going to happen. Thank you. Well, we've got it all backwards. Yeah, we make plenty of stuff. Why not? Oh yeah, straws. Okay. um, okay, hold on. Yeah. So control systems, right? Control systems were created by the system, right, in order to convince us that science-based evidence is the only truth. We keep diagnosing people that have all these disorders. You know what I mean? Well, what it starts with spirit. It starts with consciousness. You know, we're using all these scientific, like human, you know, physical, like if you don't have evidence, then it can't be true. You know, and that's not the case. But that's limited thinking. We're convinced that if you can't show it to me, that it can't be real. But we can't even see air, and we know that it's real. You know, all these control systems, whether it's school, even like psychology, you know, or even like, criminal forensics, you know what I mean? It's all just here. This is how you find out if it's real or not. This is how you can see, you know, that this is what's real. Well, where's the spiritual aspect of that? How do you explain Dr. Emoto's water by just telling water you love it? You know what I mean? Like, that's example right there. That you know, so that like we're getting more of those. But you know, I referenced the meditator who meditated, you know, and then they said he was brain dead because they put him up to electrodes. Okay, so again, all this science, all this technology, you still can't explain that one. You know, why? You know, look at how many things. I think, what's the saying in nursing or in doctors? When in doubt, cut it out. That's pretty much what the doctor says. Like, the nurse told me this. You know, like that's what they say when they don't know. You know what I mean? All the doctors, they don't really know, you know, a lot of this stuff. They don't really know how this stuff works. All we can do is analyze the after effects of things and then try to backtrack in order to find its creation or its source, instead of going to the source itself in the first place and then saying, oh, that's how that happened, or this is why that's happened, right? There's so much more than just, you know, it's like when I see people getting diagnosed psychological diseases, you know what I mean? Or like your kid, you know, he's staring out the window at class. Yeah, I'd rather do that too, you know? Like, doesn't mean he has attention deficit disorder. You know what I mean? It's programs, and they've created a business around it, and they're teaching it to people to convince you that this is what it is. He has an imbalance. No, he's totally fine. He's perfectly in his balance, just as he is. And you can't accept that. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, and it doesn't mean people don't need help. Doesn't mean, you know, sometimes people don't need medication in order to help the physical body to live. You know what I mean? But that's what that is. You know, you don't look, you know, we're judging too much. And then we got the control system, and then they got the program, they got the money behind it. You get paid to give that kid Ritalin who doesn't need it, you know, but you're going to do it anyways, right? Because somebody told you it's the right thing to do, right? So these control systems, you have this disease, you have this psychological disease, you have split personality, what? Because sometimes I can be this way or that. I mean, no, there's serious examples of that, you know, but it's like, it's scary to me when I see, what are we watching? We're watching something, there's something on Netflix, and it was like, it was a psychologist, and they were like diagnosing this person, and it was just like, it was like they weren't taking, like the person was saying, I know what you're thinking, but you're not listening to me, you know, like, and so then what does the psychologist do? Well, is it this? Is it this? Is it this? We got to go through all of these things that I learned that it could be. And like, that's not the source. The source is inside. The source is spirit. The source is, you know what I mean? Like, they don't have these things that we're calling them, that we're creating out of this human side to try and understand. Because if we're only trying to understand people and their diagnosis from the human aspect side, we're completely missing why they are that way in the first place. Now, there could be a physical, you know, deformity or something. I mean, yeah, but again, where did that come from? From the spiritual side, from the energetic side. So these control systems, you know, you have to be careful. You know, I've talked about that too before. What is science? but the study of spirituality after it's happened, right? Because all science can do is look at what the evidence, what the after effect, like science doesn't I mean, it's trying to do a lot. And I'm not knocking it. I love it. It was like one of my favorite classes in school, it was math and science, so I love it. But without the spirit and the energetic connection, human thought isn't going to fix everything. You need human heart. You need human gnosis. There's so much more to it than, just feed them Ritalin. And then what is it? It's a business, right? They're not in the business to cure you. They're just in the business to get more money off of you. So literally all these doctors that we're listening to, they're not even in it to cure. I mean, the people might be, right? But everything that they're learning and everything that they're, it's like I say about psychologists, you can do all the Carl Jung crap in the world that you want to do, but all that is a way of putting people in a box. Right? Carl Jung, there's this many personalities, and then this is what it is, and this is how, and like, what are you doing? Are you literally trying to box in creation? You're trying to box in the soul of a person. You're trying to box in, right? So we have to be careful with all of this, psychology, all of it, health systems, the doctors, all of them, and I say those because those are the serious ones, because that's where people are getting diagnosed. That's where people are giving pills they don't need, I mean, it's like, it's like, what do people say? Like, oh yeah, you're healthy. Yeah, but you take 13 pills every day. If you're taking pills to survive, you're not healthy. That's not in balance, and then I thought of that too. So now we're talking about balance. Yeah. So Buddha, hey Buddha, he's saying, he's saying, like they say, is too much of anything is not good. You can be too happy and you can be too sad, but it's an energetic intensity that is not meant to be sustained forever, right? Balance is the key. And then it was the movies, like back to Netflix. It was like we watch these things to be sensationalized, but we forget that puts us in a shocked state. It puts us in an energetic mood, and that's okay if you want to be and you kind of know what you're looking for and you know how you want to feel, right? But then there's watching something and then just it making you feel how it wants you to feel, or you're going to be in control of that. So, whether it's like, it's like they say with love, it's all fancified, and that's why people aren't working out, it's because we're trying to put what already is and create like a box, a system, that, if I do this, if I do that, everything's going to work out, and it doesn't always happen, especially what is the 99, I saw a meme, 99% are, people in college, got college degrees and they're living with their parents. And then the 1% was like, I never went to college. I just got a trade, went to school for a year, and I don't have any loans, I don't have any debt, or whatever. So, it just depends. But, hey, Unified Ascension, centering back to the interface connection of your atom-mind systems. Yeah, oh yeah, totally. That's what we got to do. We have to come back. Taking the power back means you are deciding. No more letting them decide, and yeah, sure, sometimes we got to make, hey, Sarah, sorry, I didn't say hi. Sometimes we got to make tough decisions, but that's just what it is, that's life, and there's no reason to, and why is it happening? Because maybe Spirit knows you need to do something else, you're going to be happier doing something else. So hold on, let me see here. Yeah, stop asking for the truth and make it yourself. Be the truth that you are. We need to express ourselves honestly and truthfully. And anyone that is afraid or gets mad because you have something to say, where did I go? Clearly isn't here to help anyways. Most of these dark ones are exactly that way. They can't handle honest conversation, humility, etc. So remind yourself that it isn't you who's wrong or whatever. It's these shady, catty, scared little babies that need to control everything or their lives are over and they don't know what to do. They have no adaptability and yet they think themselves powerful, but they need us more than in order to do any of it. They need us more than we need them. And so that's the whole point. You have to take your mind and your heart and your soul back to you, to whatever it is that you want to do. You are perfect the exactly way you are. You were created to be exactly how you are. There's nothing wrong with you. You know, and the reason this comes up is because I think when I was a kid, you know, I didn't have all this baggage. The only reason I got baggage is because I came to this planet and I tried to figure out this planet. Well, I'm done trying to figure out this planet, but not the planet, but the programs and the systems and the societies. Well, listen, that ain't working. It's been hundreds, thousands of years. You know what I mean? The system, and all you gotta do is be like the lion and you know, just lay around in the sun, get some food when you need it, get some water, find a family, find some friends. That's it. That's all you gotta do in life. You know what I mean? We don't need more ambition in life. We don't need more high rises. We don't need more, you know what I mean? Like, and not to say more ambition. I mean, we need ambition into, like, you know, the holistic stuff, right? You know, if you will. But, you know, it's not about the stuff. Okay. Sorry. You know, it's not just about the stuff. It's not about whoever wins, whoever gets the most stuff wins. It's what was the quality of your life? Did you have love in it? Did you love somebody? Did you care for somebody? Did you put yourself aside and actually realize, like, wow, look at all this, you know, that I can do, and I can share with somebody, and I can open up my heart, and then the whole world opens up in that way. You know, you open yourself to that abundance, and then you receive that abundance. It's like so many people in love or wanting love, and they can't even accept it. You know, like, you know, I said that the one time too. I mean, there's tons of examples, you know, but it's like, you know, mine was, you know, oh, I'm cute, you know, oh, what is that supposed to mean? You know, and it's like, they're just trying to give me love, you know, but I got offended, you know, and it happens a lot, you know, like, in life, you know, it's really just, and again, calm, centered balance. That's the place we need to be. Not extremely happy, not extremely sad, not, you know what I mean? And sure, that's the fun of life. That's, you go over there, you try a little bit of that, you had a good time, cool. Go over there, didn't like it, okay, come back. But getting in that mode, we're taught to think in a box way so that we understand things and we can do all this stuff. Right? But if we put everything in a box framing system, that's not open. That's limited. It's not an open heart. You know, there's many people who are trying too hard to control their life, you know, and they're controlling every aspect, and that's not how life works. It's not meant to be controlled. You know, the only thing you can control is how you feel. And most people don't even know how to do that. Most people don't know how to change how they feel in any given moment. Can you do that? Right now, change. How do you feel? You want to feel happy or you want to feel sad? You know, that's what it was like when we were kids, because we played. We were able to do this because we didn't have restrictions. We didn't have rules. You know, life isn't about rules. If you need a rule in order, you know, I said that. If you need, you know, a list of how to be nice, well, you know, like, you know, I mean, hopefully it helps, but you know, that's not getting it from source. You know, again, you're just playing into the game that someone else set up who's telling you that this is what it is. No, you are the controller of your life, right? Yes, if you look outside the world, like I said earlier, if you look outside and you see all the bad, which many of us can because we have the light levels, then, you know, but you can't look at it that way all the time. You know, you have to create it, something new. And if anyone is, like I said, with the dark, you know, if people can't listen to you talk, right? If you can't, you know, just say normal stuff without somebody getting offended, well, that's their problem, and they got issues they need to work on, you know? Like, I mean, it's just words. We can't communicate. We can't move forward if we don't use words. I mean, well, we could, but, you know, it's not, I guess, yeah, thanks. It's like, it'd be slow. You know, but it's taking the power back. You have to decide, you have to change, you have to do, you know, it's like if you go to work and you don't like it or something, or you feel, you know, whatever, then do something else. Figure it out. You know, don't separate yourself. Like you go home and then, okay, now it's out of the way, I don't have to worry about it. But then you go back to work and you're stressed out, you know? So it's like, change. We can change. We can do it. And we can, and that's the thing too, you know, it's like, are we going to trust in each other? Are we going to network? Are we going to communicate with each other? Are we going to share in this world that we're trying to create? Or are we just going to hide in our homes and just like wait for it to happen? You know, Again, taking the power back. What are you here for? You're here for so many things. But all you can do, be like the lion, right? Right? Life is not that complicated. Okay? You're complicated, right? Wake up call. Right? I'm complicated, you know. We complicate it. Life's already here. Like the tree's doing what the tree does. The water, the earth is all just doing what it's doing anyway. It's not yelling at anybody. It's not, you know, like it just happens. I mean, sure, if water pours over lava, I'm sure the lava goes, no, you know, I'm melting, or I'm freezing up, you know, but it's like, you know, they're not, I mean, you know, what I don't know, it's just funny. We complicate things way too much as humans, and it's really not that complicated. Love should be the easiest thing in the world to do. You know what I mean? Love. You just love. That's it. That's it. Anything else that comes into that's buzzing wrong, get rid of it. You don't need it. Love is love. It's easy. It's so easy. And you just give it freely. You don't have to ask somebody for love. We're born of love. We all want love. Love is who we are. So you have to be it more. Be more love, not hate. Okay, where am I? Let me see. Okay, I think I read everything. Let's see. Yeah, so the last piece I had here. We are coming in all shapes and forms. We are going to shine so much light into all areas and bring it all back. And I put that means rap music too. And the reason I said that, okay, is because like I was listening to a rap song or whatever the other day, and you know, and Spirit comes in and they're like, yo, let's go, this is a good one, you know, like we know why you like, let's go. Anytime I'm listening to music, I'm always dancing with Spirit. I always invite them in to come and play. Whoever wants to dance too, you know, as long as they're there to dance, right? But you know, they said that like, why is it that we associate everything that is like we associate positive and negative to too many things, right? Like, you know, like rock and roll is all the devil, you know, and then rap music and gangster rap is all the devil, you know, and all this stuff. And it's like, listen, the devil is just another side of existence. It's just another side of creation. It's just a polarity. It's still just as angelic as anything. And again, I don't want to use that word, but negative and positive polarities, right? So why is it that we can, so it's like, so does that mean every time you listen to AC/DC, you're invoking the devil? I mean, really? Anytime you listen to Tupac, you're invoking the devil, right? You know what I mean? No, I like the music. I understand where he's coming from. And because I have an understanding and connection to that, and I can relate it to something in my life, and I can apply it in a way that it helps, that's taking the power back. Okay? We need to stop saying, oh, the video games are making our kids violent. Yeah, okay, no shit. But if your kid doesn't get that you're not supposed to do that, okay, then there's more of an underlying problem. I've been playing games my whole life. I don't want to hurt nobody. You know what I mean? Like, I already had not hurting people ingrained in my system. When I stepped on ants when I was like 2 years old, like I was stepping on them, just completely oblivious, right? Just stepping on them, you know, I was a kid and just jumping on them and looking at them and stuff. And I had the video, like we have a home video. And then I remember like conscious awareness flooded into me. And I was like, oh, what am I doing? Like, and I was like, why am I doing this? Like, why? Because I'm bored? Because I have nothing to do? I was like, it's horrible. You know what I mean? Like, why would I do this? So it's like, you know, it's taking it back means we can have every aspect of this planet in all polarities, in all dimensions, and we can center point them into love and into understanding, you know, and into caring and sharing and helpfulness. This is what it is. This is the same idea of if you have a dis-ease in your body, you don't just cut it out, you know, oh yeah, I only need one liver, you know what I mean? No, you can heal it. Because we live in polarity. If there's a positive, there's a negative. All things have their counterparts. Cancer can be cured, All right, all of it already has been, but they're not letting it out, like, because it doesn't make sense. If you have hot and you have cold, okay, like cancer is saying like it'll only be hot forever, and you'll never be able to cure it. No, everything has a polarity, okay, right? And it's okay to have polarity. It's okay to be negative or positive, okay, because we are multifaceted beings. We're multidimensional. Right? We can literally be the most upset, depressed people, and be in total darkness. And then yet we can be in total love and light and unity and oneness, and just, I mean, look, I got chills. We can do it all. And this is why Earth is so important as a school to teach us, because we have to learn how to center point all things. You can't just, like the body, you can't just cut it out, right? Oh, that's bad, get rid of it, and we'll just never see it again, and it's going to go over there. No, you have to integrate that. You have to say, hey, it's like a child who's learning and did something wrong, you don't cut them out, you integrate them. You say, no, come here, you need to look at that differently, you need to see what you did, like me stepping on ants, right? It's not about right or wrong, it's your choice, but you know what I mean? It's correcting the patterns, okay? Correcting the systems, correcting all the, it's not hard to figure out how to live. It's not hard to share. It's not hard to love. It's not hard to give. We have more than enough for people. Look at how much food a fast food joint throws out every end of the day. Look, how is it that we got like over 1 million homeless people and they're still here? They're still surviving, right? I mean, like we got more than enough stuff for all of us. So we got to get over this scarcity shit. This like, this whole world is, it's just a tragedy. No, it's not, right? But as long as you keep saying that, like, you're not going to help. But we got to get to that. We got to remember the love. You got to look at the good stuff in life to birth more good stuff. Doesn't work the other way. You change. You don't give. Excuse me. I was watching the Netflix, David Letterman. My next guest, and it was the Kanye West one. What did he say? He said, "We're oh my God, I totally left my mind right now. Hold on, let me take a break. I was getting intense there. Oh, excuse me. I don't even know. It's all gone. Whew. Love. Birthing love. Oh yeah. So it was about, what was it? Shifting the focus. Right. Simple. Yeah. I forget what Kanye said now, but it's like whatever you put your energy on. Oh, that's what he's saying was, when he was coming up younger or whatever, and people say, no, you can't rap. I don't know if it was that either, but they're saying, no, you can't do this, you can't do that. He said every time someone told him, you can't do this or you can't do that, it would fuel him with more energy. So think of that. Next time someone tells you something, I thought it was a really good example. I'm glad you mentioned that. Shout out to Kanye. He said, when the way that I interpreted it spiritually, my third eye showed me the intuition, all the download, whatever. When that energy, you're standing here and someone says, you can't do this, and it goes, boom, that's energy for you. That's energy towards you. So what are you going to do with it, right? That's the difference. Either we're sitting there and we're getting pelted by energy and, oh no, go away, cut it out, right? Or you say, give me more and I'm going to integrate it and I'm going to show you that I can do it. All of your power coming at me, you can't do this, you can't do that. Keep feeding me. Can't do what? Can't do what? Can't do what? Watch. I got so much fuel right now. I'm going to go do it right now. I'm going to build that high rise right now. It's going to take me 2 hours. That's how much energy you just gave me with all of your energy, because it's just energy, positive or negative. You center point. Somebody says something to you, yeah, okay, whatever. You know what I mean? Stop. It doesn't matter who they are. You know what I mean? What does it ring true or not within you? What is it? Somebody's, I don't like that. Okay. So you don't like it. You don't accept it. And right? It's like looking beyond. It's like, right? It's not about if it's negative or if it's positive. It's just energy. And when you transmute it and you can use it for yourself, so again, with the rap music, with the rock and roll and the devil, no, spirit loves to rock and roll too. Why wouldn't God want to throw on an air guitar, And he could probably just wail on the guitar, but it's like, why wouldn't he want to, hip hop, right? Like whatever the, shenanigans and all that crap, it's like, why not? It's just fun. Who cares? Like it's only bad when the old grandma lady says, oh, rap music's all bad. Well, that's your problem, grandma. You know what I mean? Clearly you're not understanding, the meaning behind it, and I have that issue, like my mom, right? She's not a big Tupac fan, but I sit here and I go, he wasn't in, he was bringing so much, to the world, you know what I mean? Like I try to tell her, like, yeah, okay, maybe he was still living the gangster lifestyle, okay, but he helped so many people with his music, you know what I mean? Like because and that's what I just say. When I hear his music, I don't listen to it and go to a dark place. I don't want to go ride out and do drive-bys, you know what I mean? Like, picture me rolling, like, I just want to, embody the spirit and the essence of rolling down the street, you know what I mean? That's it. I don't have to do anything else, I don't have to hurt anybody. It's just energy, So I try to tell Mom, and the reason why I like his music is because I grew up on it. I'm a 90s baby, I grew up when he came out. And to me, he had a song for every single mood you could ever be in. For every single day, however you could wake up, there's a song that he made for it. I mean, he made a song, Heaven Ain't Hard to Find. You know what I mean? He made changes. Did we forget? He made changes, How influential was that song? Like, I still cry when I hear Changes because it's still relevant, But we're judging people, right, too much. It's like first impressions, or anybody, or my girlfriend, who will never see me in anything more than she's got boxed in at this point. It's like, if you just box people in because you got them all summed up because your psychology lesson told you, or your sociology lesson told you that this is what people are and this is how, like, that is the most judgmental, segregatory thing I've ever seen. People looking at you, you're telling them something, say, hey, I had this experience, right? Like channeling, right? I had this experience, channel Buddha, right? But then somebody somewhere that knows something, right? Because he read it in a book, so they know it, but you can't know it, like, what are we doing? What's going on here? You know what I mean? Like, it's, we have to take the power back. You have to understand how important you are, how much love that you are here to give to the entire world, irregardless to the naysayers, They say no, you say yes. That's it. It's as simple as that. It's so simple. You find people you resonate with, you don't find people you resonate with. It's so simple, right? Do what you love, not what you hate. He's talking about acceptance now. This Michael, this Archangel Michael. Yeah, self-acceptance. That's what we need. People need to accept themselves for how they are and stop asking for permission or acceptance. It's okay to ask for, someone's opinion, or you ask your sensei, like, hey, or what can I do to make my progress better or faster, your whatever you're doing, martial arts or not, but that's just sharing, and all anyone can ever, because all anyone can ever give to one another is their own respective advice. They're from their level. This is why connecting to the higher realms is so important. Because we are here for you. We are here as you. You are there as us. Light or dark is up to you. At least halfway. And the reason why you were born, perhaps some of you, into darkness is because you can overcome it. We could not put a child's soul, right, into a difficult. You can't. It won't work. It'll be tragedy after tragedy after tragedy. This is what we mean when we say you have been preparing for these things. Look at all of you right now. You are still here. You still know. You have accepted much from others in your life that have maybe not been here to, cater to your life, but are trying to figure out theirs. But I just have to say, they're not giving me the whole thing. But the incessant need to always contradict or counter, or there is a difference between learning and sharing and just criticizing everyone and telling someone you're wrong all the time. There's a clear, intense difference between love and existence and hate and existing in hate. This is very obvious. Because of the control systems that we have, we oftentimes allow or do things that don't feel right, but we do them because in order for survival. This is about to change. Okay, well, that's good. Thanks for letting me know that. But you have to be the change, I'm putting here, consciously, right? Like I was talking in the beginning. You have to make the change in yourself. Right? We want something new, you have to do something you haven't done before. You have to be something you haven't done before. And these are all skills that you are all learning and that you know how to do and you've practiced over many lifetimes. Let's see what Michael has to say. Metatron? Dude. Yeah, it's a tough one. Start with love. Send your love signals out to the world. Don't send your hate signals out to the world, because then hate will answer. Send love and love will answer. Do not look for love in places that it does not exist. There are creations in existence that are not just love and are not just hate, or are one or the other. So do not keep trying to enforce love into a dark system. You can send it love, okay, but if it's not ready to change, if it can't receive and open itself up to the abundance, like before, then it's not ready. Then your love goes around it, and it'll go to the next. Or it'll bounce back, or it'll be like the lion, right? Or the animal. Be calm, be peaceful, be respectful, be kind, right? Be kind to yourself. Stop chasing your tail. Stop chasing the rat race. Right? No one cares how ugly or how pretty you are. And if they care that much, well, then they're trapped in something that's going to hold them for, keep them in a never-ending perpetual cycle that will never satisfy, Yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. No, there's so much more, but again, that's why you're welcome. They appreciate that I'm blabbing more, maybe now or something. Yeah, center pointing things. Yeah, everything. We're literally sitting. The reason humanity's suffering is because we sit here and we all just think we're victims. So it's just going to keep happening then. You have to take your power back. And yes, sometimes it means giving up some things in order to free yourself of them, so like a job, or like a really important job where you make a lot of money and you want this big house, and it's like, well, yeah, but you're stressed out constantly. What is that a life to live? What's the quality of your life? I said that before. Jobs aren't created so that we work all the time. But think about how they got created. Yeah, somebody somewhere wants us to use all of our energy and give it to them, right? Right. So really, how badly do you need that 3,000 square foot house when it's just you? Or like, it's right. Take your power back. Slow down. Listen to yourself. Prioritize what's important to you. Like with me, right? Like I like playing my video games, and so it's but if ever it got to a point where that was like destructive, you know what I mean, in my life, but then I kept thinking I needed to do it over and over and over, no, just put it down, let it go. It's not worth it. Just throw it away, but that's the point we have to get to, because we're so convinced that stuff and things are what make us happy. It's not the stuff. It's not the things. You see spoiled kids all the time. Oh, we spoil them because we love them. No, if you loved them, you'd take care of them right. You wouldn't spoil them. You wouldn't just throw gifts at them in order to try to make them happy, because you can't figure out how to connect with them and make them happy, or teach them how to be happy just going outside. Teach them how to appreciate love and appreciate life and appreciate the family that they have, because not all kids have a family, right? There's so much more. We have to stop with the stuff. Life isn't about stuff. It's about love. It's about connection. It's the most satisfying things in life is not a Ninja Turtle toy, even though I loved them when I was a kid, and that's good, but you have to be centered. You have to know, you have to stay home. And then when you get a new toy, you're very grateful for it, and again, that's parents. I mean, we do that. But check yourself. That's an imbalance. Stop spoiling your kids. They don't need it, especially when they're kids. That's when they learn, I can't stop them. I can't. Well, yeah, you're not going to stop them. They're fueled up. They're full of energy, and yeah, you put the TV on so you can get a break, and they'll just, stay at something, and they're not freaking out, but again, put something good on, it's like kids with the, you see, with food or whatever, and like mom and dad, they're 3 years old, 4 years old, and they're pitching fits because they want chicken nuggets. It's like, shit, like, you lucky you're lucky you have water, boy. You know what I mean? Like, what's going on? It's like the other day, it's funny, I was in the store, and some lady was next to me. We were waiting in line, and we hear this kid just screaming in the background, pitching a fit, and we just, I'm not judging, I mean, it all happens to everybody, but she looked at me once, and I saw her look at me out of the corner of my eye, and then she did it again, because he screamed again, and I kind of looked, around for the kid, so I didn't acknowledge her yet, and then like the third time, she looks at me, and I just kind of looked at her, and then she was just like, no. I just went like, yep. Because when I was a kid, my mom, I pitched a fit in the store in the cart, I wanted to go in with her, I was little, and I wanted to go with mom in the store, and, whatever. And so she took me to the store with her first time, and I just pitched a fit because I wanted stuff or whatever it was. And so she's like, that's it. She picked me up. She left the cart, left all the stuff right, and she walked right out to the car. She said, if you ever do that again, and I never did. She said, I never did. So it's like we have to get, we're not just victims. Oh, my kid, my kid does this. You serious right now? I'll nail his ass to the wall. Hang him up right there on the wall. You sit up there for a while. Just hang around, right? Until you stop pitching a fit. You know what I mean? Like, what's happening? Like, that's not cruel. No, he's got to learn. He's throwing a temper tantrum, or whatever. Like, he's got to learn. You put him in a room, shut the door, take his video games out, take the books out, or whatever. Or no, give him a book. That'll trip him up and say, read this. Like, learn something. Expand your mind. Stop worrying about stuff and toys and chicken nuggets and shit. Okay, sorry. It's like you see it everywhere. And then nobody knows what's happening. Why is it all crazy? Why is it... I guess we got to start making lists. Thanks. Write some new commandments or guidelines. Yeah. So yeah, taking the power back, guys. Seriously, it ain't gonna work if we don't do it. If we don't take it back. If we don't, instead of somebody else telling you what you said, this is what I said and this is what I meant. I love you. Even though you don't know why, even though it sounds weird, okay? You don't have to understand it, all right? No, I'm not taking your stuff, all right? Whatever you throw at me, it bounced back because I'm rubber and you're glue, Like, it's like, whatever happened to those things? Remember that when you were a kid? You forgot that you were rubber, right? You're rubber. Everybody else is glue, right? It's like, but, we get up, we grow up, we get older, and we get into these systems, and we're like, oh, this is how this is. Right, because we're so smart. We're just so smart as, adults. I don't see dumb ones at all anywhere, everywhere I go, Not at all. Not at all. Like, and again, I'm not, it's just fun. It's just like, yeah, we're not supposed to know everything. It's okay to not know everything, Stop trying to act like you do. Stop lying to yourself. Stop lying. Oh yeah, I go. No, you don't. No, you don't. It's like, people all the time. Guys, guys are a lot like, macho or, pride or, but whatever. It's just like, get over yourself. But that's what this world creates. The world wants you to have an ego. The world wants you to get a personality because it's the only way people are going to like you, because it's the only way people are going to accept you. You have to do this. You have to learn this. You have to look at that. You have to study this. You have to act like this. Kiss my ass. How about that? I'm just going to walk the other way. Oh, you guys are a little intense for me. I just wanted to, hang out. I don't know. I didn't know it was so complicated in order to hang out with you because you're so cool. I don't qualify, right, for hanging out with you. And if that's the case, you don't want to hang out with them. Anybody's got qualifications. It's like, what's happening in the world? That's not freedom. That's not creation and love and free will and light. I mean, it is. It's free will. They got qualifications. All right. Well, good luck with that. I'm sure you're going to nail every single one with every person you meet. Life doesn't work that way, and that's the big thing is, that's what we're all realizing. That's what people are coming to, is it's too much control, and nobody wants that. How much like more light and easy and breezy life is when you just let go of it all. Like, listen, all you gotta do is survive, make some money, get an income, get a place, get some food, but then, and then we have that even in life, but then we're still not happy, or like, like you have everything you can ever need. Why are you still not happy, right? Because it's too sensationalized. It's too, everybody loves a hero story, good versus evil, right? Like, oh, I want to be a superhero. Really? You want that responsibility? Like, you wanna fight against Thanos, right, or whatever? He's gonna destroy all the worlds. I mean, it's like, okay, sure, yeah, it looks cool to the people who are watching, but when you're that, why don't we just How about we just like live easy and have a nice life and, you know, enjoy ourselves, right? And, you know, and that's the balance. And if we're not in balance, we're not in balance. You know, I mean, period. So it's as simple as that. But all right, I'll stop blabbing, guys. Let you go. Love you guys. Hopefully there's some nuggets in there. Thank you, spirits. Let me see. The love that you are is the love that you're seeking. So seek not without, but within. All your answers you already have. Because only you are embodied into this. Everything is already programmed within you. There's no need to get upset and to fight against the system. There's no need to, right? Yin or yang. You can stay right here and affect all that you want. Because it is only right here that you are birthed from. It is when your energy is taken to this side or to that side that your energy is no longer yours. It is something else's, right? Unless you center point your connection with said object and you integrate the energy of things into yourself so you know what is happening. It's about conscious awareness and becoming a conscious creator of your life, co-creator, right, with spirit of your life. Right. This is what people are going to be learning, yes. This is what I help teach, yes. Much meditation helps. Yeah. Okay, guys. That's it. It's been an hour. So, all right, love yous. Sunday, got a lot to do still, so I'm going to try to relax as much as I can. So, thanks for coming. That was fun. That's why I said it was going to be a lot today. Maybe not a lot of whatever, but a lot. Definitely was. Okay, love you guys. See you guys next time. Thanks for coming.